what angle is going to give us the most speed. Yes, I can tell you. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Hello, yes, that's right, it's Joe here for Joyrider TV, and today we're going to take a look at the times that I went fastest in 2020. This is quite a self-indulgent video, I won't lie to you, but it's great to look back on some of these great runs. The summer of 2020 was absolutely spectacular for wind. So we're just going to take a look and see what sort of speeds I've been laying down last year here in Vasiliki Bay. If you keep watching to the end, we'll be going through some of the things that means you could be getting more speed from your boat when you go sailing. So keep watching till the end, because as we get towards the end also, we'll be hitting the bigger speeds as well. Great. So we're kicking things off.
Yes, I can tell you. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
With a speed of 13.17.
Oh, we've only gone and done 13 knots.
But this is an RS Zest.
Might have to get the GPS looked at.
And this was a lot of fun. I went out sailing on a laser, which is a very similar type of fun to the RS Zest, but so much more refined, more crisp.
So just trying to keep it flat. Trying to choose what angle is going to give us the most speed. Oh, we've done a bit now. We've done 14.3. Gust coming down. Going to bear away. Try to get it going as quickly as possible. Try not to oversheet the sail. We don't even have to call it the main sail because it's the only sail. That's all we need. So I'm just working the main sheet. Try not to oversheet. Oh yeah, this is pretty good actually. Got water going right up. I haven't been this clean in a long time, I can tell you. Oh yeah.
We notched this bad boy up to 14.37 knots.
Pretty cool. Right, there's an FX1 coming up.
The video was called Is Laser Sailing Fun? This was fun.
That was pretty cool.
On the Hobie 14 with the Evo sail, it wasn't actually this run. The fastest run I had with this boat this year was a speed of 20.11 knots. That's just over 20 knots on the little Hobie 14. But oh my goodness, that thing is steaming it. So well balanced, so much fun. If you've never sailed a Hobie 14, put it on your to-do list, because once you get it in the groove, it is a lot of fun and the potential is very good. During lockdown back in May sort of time, I wasn't able to go sailing with other people, so I was looking at different exciting ways of sailing the Hobie 16. So here is on the Hobie 16 with the Evo Hobie 14 sail.
It's coming on, just spotting the dark patch on the water. And there we go, getting the hull up, coming in towards the boat to encourage the hull to lift a bit more. Okay, nice gust there, bearing away, sheeting out. This is going to be the top speed so far. That is absolutely toasting. Oh my goodness, that feels so good. Oh, if you've got a Hobie 14 and a 16, I think you know what to do.
Wasn't so windy on this occasion, but still managed to arc it up to 20.68, which I think in not so much wind, I'm quite happy about. And then a bit later on, this was with an FX1, and this was possibly one of the more emotional sails of the season because it was so windy. This thing was going like a freight train. I really don't know how this boat could go any faster.
God, this is brutal. The sea is so flat at the moment.
but on the FX one, 21.59 knots. And I was working this boat so hard, curling my toes. Oh my goodness, that was a good day out. Then it seems like a very long time ago now, but back in February I was actually sailing at Wildwind Mauritius, and on this run out I was with Giovanni, who's one of the guys who works on the beach at Wildwind Mauritius, on the 16, steaming in a run of 22 knots. It wasn't so windy, but we certainly eked every ounce of speed that boat had to give. And what a tropical paradise that is to go sailing in. And then we're forward winding to September, or it might have even been October last year, where I went out to make a video on rope management solo on the Hobie 16. The wind was so good. Traveller off! The boat felt so well balanced. Oh yeah! That I managed to get a run of 22.59, just hanging out the back, pulling in, letting out the ropes, and that boat was just tickling along beautifully. If you haven't seen that video, it's well worth a look. Check out the link. Woo-hoo-hoo! Okay, then of course I did sail with other people on occasion. I had a run on the C2 with Joe from Germany, where we steamed in a 22.72 with a combined crew weight of about 180 kilos. The C2 really laying down the big speeds on the downwind legs with the kite up. She is like a go-kart. That thing is a rocket. And then a bit quicker, but also on the C2 with Thomas from France. This really was a big speed with the kite up. $22.99. Now, in anybody else's money, I'd call that 23 knots. Now that is really giving it some beans. And then on the Tornado with Alistair, unfortunately I didn't record the run with Alistair, but here is some footage with David and then Jacobo on the Tornado. The top speed with Alistair was 22.85, and that was with a combined crew weight of about 180 kilos. So I felt this was a pretty good run, because that is getting towards the top speed as far as I know of the Tornado. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Oh, this thing is a beast. Love it. Oh yeah. How you doing out there, man?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Good feeling.
Yeah, so just doing, well, that was quite a big movement on the rudders, but generally quite small movements on the rudders, just to keep the power in the sweet spot, which is just to keep this windward hull out of the water.
Then we had some more great runs on the 16 with Luke. We smashed in 23 knots dead. That's with a combined weight of about 175. And then here I was sailing with Suzanne from Germany.
Nice.
Again on the 16. A lot less weight on the boat here, 155 kilos total, but putting in a speed of about 23, well not about 20, 23.5 23.13 knots.
Okay, if you just come back towards me a little bit. Okay, that's good.
Then a little bit faster, also sailing the 16, also the crew was from Germany. This is Eustace.
Let's see what she's got. Okay, we're back into driving like you stole it mode. Just trying to go as deep downwind as possible with the hull just free of the water. Playing loads of main sheet, because that's how we know where we are in terms of power. The more we're playing the main sheet, the more we know where we are. Easing off a bit in the gust there, coming down a bit, sheeting in. Ready for the next bit. Here we go. Oh yeah, that's some speed there. Hopefully there's no one to leeward of us. I didn't really, whoa.
With a speed of 23.50.
Yeah, good bit of pace there, that's for sure.
I'm sure there was a lot more fast runs than what I have on my list. I did record the notable ones. A bit quicker with Phil from the UK, where we hit a speed of 23.3 knots. Now, that is very quick indeed. Bit faster still with Ryan from the Netherlands, with a speed of 23.46 knots. And then this was a great run, and check out how windy this was. This wind must have been in the high 20s. Sailing with Joe from Germany, probably a combined weight of about 180 kilos on the boat. And we two sailed on the Tiger. You could put the dagger boards up and two sail reach the boat as if it was a Hobie 16. And we hit a speed of 23.5 knots, and that is the fastest ever recorded speed I've done on a Tiger, so I was very happy with that. And then on this next run, we're back on the 16, as you would expect, this time sailing with a wild wind regular, Gerhard from Germany. And you'll see in the video, it doesn't even look windy, but believe me, it was windier than it looked, because the speed that we got was 24.62 knots. Gerhard's a bit lighter, so that's with a combined crew weight of about 160 kilos. Absolutely steamrolling it.
Pretty fast though. Any other day that would be an award-winning speed.
And in the next run with Anders from Sweden, significantly heavier, I would say. A lot of wind there, and we put down a speed of 24.72 knots. On any other day, that would be one of the fastest speeds ever recorded on a 16, but this has been a particularly fast year. They're notching it up, a lot of wind, so I thought, let's try the Evo Hobie 14 sail on the 16, 2 up with a decent sized crew. So I went out with Heiko from the Netherlands.
Oh, this is ripping! Oh my goodness! Yeah, we are absolutely motoring there. Woo. 24.99! Oh my goodness, that is almost 25 knots. If we're doing some artistic rounding up. Nice one.
About 180 kilos combined crew weight, and we smashed in a speed, you're not going to believe it, of 24.99 knots. That's 25 knots pretty much. Wow, that was quick, and the boat felt so good, so well balanced. with the smaller sail. This next one is really a notable achievement. Not only was it one of the windiest days of the season, but this was also sailing with a lady. This was with Vicky from Germany, and we went out and hit 25.13 knots before lunch. If you've been watching these videos, you'll know the quickest run of the season was with the one, the only Pirate Sam, where we went out in probably the most wind I have ever sailed in. And in between capsizes and on the edge of being able to stay in control, we hit a speed of 25.32 knots.
I think Sam's feeling that the jib sheet is a bit short.
That is in fact my third highest speed that I've ever gone recorded on a sailing boat. So extremely happy with that. Okay, so you may ask, what is the secret to going so fast? Number one, get to the back of the boat. Number two, play the main sheet a lot, because by playing the main sheet a lot, I've said this before, you know exactly where the limit is. As you pull the main sheet in, the bow might dip a bit, so you don't pull it in anymore. Then you let the main sheet out, the bow comes up a bit. So just playing the main sheet a lot. Of course, there's some subtleties, like before you start playing the main sheet, get the traveller set in a comfortable position. That means that you can sail with the main sheet quite tight. So on a 16, that would mean in the biggest lulls getting it block to block, or on a Tiger or an F18 getting the main sheet so it's pretty much as tight as it will go in the lulls, and then with the ability to sheet out in the gusts. But you're basically working the main sheet against the leeward bow. What we're trying to do is get the boat going as far downwind as possible, but with the windward hull out of the water. Go out in as much wind as you can, but where you can stay in control. The difference between the runs with the 14 Evo sail on the 16 and the first place sail with Sam in the mega wind, it's only 0.3 of a knot, give or take, but with Heiko I was very much in control at all times. It's probably a good 10 knots less of wind, whereas with Sam we were really on the verge of being in control and just managed to grab that high speed. So control is everything, and building up your experience sailing in the stronger wind is the way to get there. Okay, so thanks very much for watching. I hope that has been a very good day out for you guys. It's certainly been very nice to look back on these runs. I can't wait to be starting putting some more down like that out there. Yeah, thanks again to everybody who's been supporting Joyrider TV. If you'd like to support Joyrider TV because you get a lot out of the videos and you like what it is that I'm doing here, you could consider heading over to Patreon, where it's a great platform for supporting the channel. Everything you need to know you'll find over there. Otherwise, you could support the channel just by hitting the like button. If you're not yet subscribed, then do subscribe to Joyrider TV, and I'll be back soon with some more. Thank you very much.